teaching. Nanomaterial, bunch of people will stay with nano coating because this is where they feel happy with. Bunch of people will go to the GaNs and the others on the other part. And we need this because the guy who makes the field plasma and he's never heard of the plasma itself and never heard of the GaNs and then nanomaterial is the same. But you have to give the people a chance. Not trying to do it and get frustrated. I teach, they don't listen. I was explaining this recently. My sons are all highly educated with PhDs and the rest of it, and I never forced them to join the foundation. Never forced them to understand the technology. Carol and I, we made this decision years ago. We leave it to themselves. And this is the way we've done it with our children. If they want to be around the foundation, if they want to understand, the work is theirs. Even though they were born in it, they listen to it every day in out. And in a strange way, after 30 years, my oldest son was a doctor, he called me a few days ago and says, I want to learn about the technology. Can you teach me? I said to him, go to the website, the master is Armen, learn from him, and then you can build it step by step. I don't get disappointed. I understand it's not a time for the soul to mature at that point. Because it means it's not ready to receive. If you push, you create distance. If you allow it, in time it will mature.
You're a very tolerant person, aren't you?
Not really. I have a very short fuse. You don't want to sit in my chair. Actually, I didn't realize I used to be a very patient man. I was asked if I will help with Hillary Clinton very recently with her position as she's standing for presidential election. And in that process, we looked because she has a lot of physical problems, and we see it with the strokes and other things. And with understanding why she's showing this kind of behaviors, I realized a lot of things in how things happens in life and how mentally we accept it. And it opened my eyes to why I don't accept things, because they're very fast and in a way they're not acceptable because I see the other side of the line. I don't tolerate what I call nonsense, but on the other hand I stand for a lot of nonsense too. You've seen me tolerating everything which is put on my name and by one man, which is a terrorist now, we know he's a terrorist. And a lot of people, you have to shut them down. I said, no, it brings more and more people for us. At the same time, he brought us all the enemies gathered in one place, the people who got paid, and he paid them to do all the acts. And now we gave you the key this afternoon. We showed that how the man who sits next to you, eats with you on the same table, is planning your murder every time. And now he couldn't do it. Now he organizes it on the internet, and he opens up and he allows people to come and discuss, and we watch it. So you have to understand the weaknesses of the man, and the rest is easy. I always say to Caroline, when we are sent to this physical conditions, like the journey of this technology on this planet, we come for the physicality fun, which is the joy of being with others. In the other dimension of the space, we don't have this facility. We feel, we don't touch, we understand, we don't see. Here in the physical dimension, you see all the pitfalls.
Can you feel within yourself the genetically, since you're Iranian, all the inherent knowledge from the Persian history?
I don't know. Something which puzzled me for a long time and I could not understand. I could not understand for years. It took about a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. How does so much knowledge about health comes in me? I understand the physicality, the medicine inside out. Never studied medicine. Then I was told that I come from the long line of medicine man. It's in the blood. I was told by my cousin, did you know your great grandfathers and your grandfathers, they're all what we call medicine man for centuries. So I thought, now I know, but I know things without ever studying it. But did I understand the knowledge that way? That's a different story. We inherit things, and it's a consequence of what we inherit, what comes.
Even your knowledge of anatomy?
Oh, I know so much anatomy you don't even want to know.
Maybe Carolina.
You want to hear something? Caroline, tell you in a minute. Just watch, just listen.
I said you don't want to walk on this street with Mr. Keshe. Why? Because every part of your body is speaking who you are, what you are, how you behave, how your character is, what is hiding, what is showing, what you can improve, what you're lacking of. He's explaining me this so many times. It's beautiful because you learn so much about yourself as well.
Now you understand. Caroline says it's an encyclopedia journey.
Thank you.
I've been told that it's raining in Washington. It started raining. Caroline says, I told them expect a storm. This happens whenever we go somewhere, everything starts. What is this? Why does it come here? What is it?
Can we hope to see you in Rome, Mr. Keshe?
Hello? Sorry. I have to listen to the boss next to me.
Can we hope to see you in Rome this time? We were disappointed in Dubai, although Carolina made up.
Hello?
Yes?
There is a huge security alert around us in Rome.
Oh.
As you understand, Red Circle has planned a murder, and they have published it. We release it within the next few hours. Sandor will release how they're using the Keshe Foundation, the scam Facebook or whatever to communicate, to organize the murder. You will see it. We publish it now with a picture of the man who is behind it, paid by the Red Circle to do it. We have all the information. I've just seen the picture of the dossier ready to go. It does not appear on the Keshe Foundation websites. It goes international on the internet. How criminals are working in the background and fully financed by Red Circle. They're using their Facebook to communicate in the background, and our people have taken it. So you want to see the man who's supposed to carry out the murder, you will see him. Is Sandor, you can release it worldwide on the touch, which doesn't touch us, please. I've seen the pictures. Yeah, you see the face of the man with, he's called Sam Smith. French security services has provided us with a picture. They wanted it to go out today, and so we done so. And you will see how he works, Red Circle. And this man is putting everywhere on the, what do you call it, Facebook about the Keshe, facts about the Keshe Foundation and everything else. And the writings are in the text, you can read it. I'll read it for you, translation. We are going to have to make a tour at Keshe history of the test of the rest, and they say Barletta is not safe for him and his son. So you see how Mr. Red Circle on the Facebook of the Keshe Foundation scam organizes murder and attempted murder. You can read it. Keshe victims. Actually, the Keshe victim was sent up to make Keshe a victim, not about the victims of Keshe. And you see it here very clearly. They say what they're going to do in Barletta is the name of the criminal, which Mr. Lawrence, what they call it, has come to do and pay master of it. This is the line. Now you know the truth about the Red Circle. We are not afraid of these things because I have not seen Christ being alive yet. Life has a cycle and we have to accept the cycle. We have to accept that. Sandor, you can release the pictures on the internet worldwide and distribute it that everybody knows the man. French security has allowed us to release it. Part of the text of who he is has been released on Veterans yesterday. So you can see the man himself.
So there is a photo collage which contains screenshots of what he wrote, where he wrote. So it's nothing that we are alleging about. These are only his words.
And his picture. You're in Paris, you know the murderer walking on the street of Paris. And the people who've been writing in the background to help him and support him, they're all been stacked up by the French security and others. That's the reason we have to be very careful on the presentations in Rome. If we get a clearance from the Italian and international security clearance, we will decide yes or no, but we'll be present as usual on the line. You read it. When they plan, it's not there for a child because they are pedophiles themselves. So the child life is irrelevant. Read it. It's been have you released it, Sandor? You should put the picture of the Red Circle next to it. The boss has always to be known who it is.
I adjust it.
Thank you very much. And show how Keshe victims is the line to make a Keshe a victim, not actually victims, because all they stole everything from everywhere. People have to see the boss and the man who's been paid to do the job. Any other question? Release it nowhere on our website, anything to do with us. Let the worldwide to see it. We know the channels how to be done. And the Facebook has to stand why they allow murderers to operate through the website. Understand part of the structure themselves.
How do you feel that the law always protects this type of people?
The law doesn't protect these kind of people. These people have a king who has no line of protection. He's killed many children. We have the full dossier. We released those dossiers too. It's been released. If you go to the French Homo magazine about 7-8 years ago, they have listed how many children the ex-king has killed in raping them. There are 50 cases sitting in Court of Justice of France, claiming immunity. This is why the blood is not given. We better don't talk about it because now we have set up an international police force of one nation. We bring them through the justice through the actual way. The national police forces have no more say because they are part of the structure of deception. So we are setting up a structure as a police force that it has unlimited, works on evidence only. People who are setting up the One Nation police force are within the security service. They know exactly what they are doing. They are correct people. And they will set the structure up in the coming time. Any other question? We'll wait till they arrive. If you remember, every time we have one of these meetings, we end up with a very heavy storm and then it dies off afterwards. It's, as Caroline, as I say, it's a cleanup. It's a total wash of the past. We had the same thing when we went to Vatican. It was sunny, we were standing on the umbrellas. When I went into the building, a few seconds later, it was storming so bad that there was nobody in the square. And when I came out, the rain stopped. So, and we had the same thing with the Indian guru who came to the Sansana. Now maybe it's the time to watch for the, what they call the nationhoods. Mr. Sam Smith, look at your pictures on the internet. You thought you are invincible. The French security is on top of you. They've been for a long time.
There are many Sam Smiths on Facebook.
Yes. Yes, but this one is the Sam Smith with exactly all the pictures. We know who it is, and the police French security knows who it is. This Sam Smith has its own logo which types on cash victims. And he has a Skype numbers and telephone numbers always in the hand of this. All his communications being recorded by the Interpol. He is organizer of most of the violence in Paris. We don't need to talk more. It's the French security who has to open up the case. Those of you who were hovering around him, you were a bait for the security people. Now they know their behavior, your behavior and your work. Any other question?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Keshe.
Good evening.
I'm talking from Germany. I hope my English is good enough that you can understand everything.
Sorry, we don't speak German.
I speak a little bit English. So I have a question. It's a medicine question. Is it possible after an operation from Gris Star cataract, if the lens is from the surgery put it out, is it possible? The body knows the information about the lens. There was a lens before. Is it possible for this technique or plasma medical technique desk to rebuild it? This technical board you speak about as also board for cancer.
We done such a thing, but in another part of the body, and it creates problems. We done this with a case of the amputated shoulder, and they put a metal to replace it. And then we knew we can grow the shoulder back, we tried, and then when we start growing the shoulder, the pain appeared as the bone was growing, and we had to stop the process. You can rebuild the body, we remember to build everything, but you have to see what they've done with it. When they withdrew it, they put something else in the place that now the body has to reject it for it to grow. I'm not aware of the process, how they've done it or what they do with it. But you have to see if a foreign object has been introduced in, or is it just realignment. And then with the GANs, if it's a realignment, you can sort it out. If it's a total taking out of the thing and they've replaced it with something else to cover it, or is it a normal cataract operation? If it's a normal way that there is no anything else has been added into it, yes, you can interfere, you can grow it back. But if it is, no. We are looking the same way as a tooth. If nothing has been put in the place of the tooth, we can regrow the tooth back. But if it's done a root canal and they put other kind of roots in, root treatment, everything is destroyed. Can the body produce it?
Yes, it's about operation of my son. In very less years, he was half a year, I think. The first operation, it's about a wrong medicamentation, and there are the gray star is coming and they make the first operation, and after a few months the second eye is coming gray, and so he must take the next operation. In one eye he have a plastic lens, in the other eye there is free. And so with
If you, well, let me explain to you, because we are doing a test at the moment ourselves. You know that we are running a clinical trials for the eye, with the supplement and the eye.
yeah,
And this is, we had to comply with the rules and regulations the way we've been permitted by the Japanese authorities to, we had to change some things, and then we had to change it again in the past week. As I said, on the week 22nd, the materials will be sent around the world to the people who got involved. In the process, because we already have started this, we wait to see what the result is on CO2 and the interaction with the plasma of the body of the man. But at the same time, running another test, which is very interesting, but it seems to be very effective. Maybe you want to try that, but the reason for it is I'm trying this. I'm the guinea pig, first person in it. We're testing something very different. Understanding, because I have a very heavy eye degeneration, very, very fast degeneration of the eye, especially the older I'm getting, the worse it's getting. So with the CO2, we saw a huge improvement. And then I stopped the process to see if it comes back. The improvement is still there, but not the way it was at the first week or 2 weeks which I used. Then in the recent week, I started a new process, which is eye carries emotion. Eye has a muscle tissue. Eye has energy transfer, and what I did, I took the GANs of the CO2 as a given measure of 50%. I took the GANs of zinc oxide, and I took the GANs of CH3, and these are all GANs waters, not the GANs itself, and CO2, copper oxide, zinc oxide, and CH3, and I mixed this as the water content into one bottle. So now I use 1 drop or 2 drops in each eye twice a day. I try to use it, and the change is so rapid. What I see before, when I used the CO2, it was very subtle. We saw the change over a week. I could see it. But this, within 24 hours, all my vision has come back to normal. So does it mean when we deal with cataract, we have to satisfy the emotion, the muscle tissues, that they find the right balance and the energy which is needed for the development of the muscle and the communication, which is a CO2? The result is very amazing, because when I was using CO2 only, I could feel the weakness in one of the muscles of my eye very clearly. I could feel it. With this combination, I don't have that feeling. It seems that everything is controlling itself. Everything is developing at the same time. Maybe this is an alternative, especially with cataract, if you don't want to test it, because we know it affects the cataract. But this way, could it be more rapid? That you mix, what I've done, if you take, I always work on a 10 drop, 50 drop of CO2, 1 drop of copper oxide, 2 drop of zinc oxide, and 2 drop of CH3. And in that scale, I have seen a very rapid change. It got to the point I couldn't see a few days ago. Again, I was going backwards because I stopped. Maybe I had to continue with it for 30 days, 60 days. But As you say, as scientists, we travel, we tend to test things on ourselves, and it's very effective for me. Very, very effective for me.
Yes,
And
thank you very
test
much. Yes. I know at the operations they destroy the mask, the Aufhängung, wie heißt das? The point to end to fix the masks and to change the sharpness for the lens. They must destroy the surgery must destroy it to put the lens out, and so it's I think I don't know if it's possible to come. Does that lens come back or can grow again? But thank you for this information. It was.
You're welcome. Sorry, we share freely, but this, what I tell you, is my experience.
Yes, yes, okay. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cash. And we are the whole family. I have 3 little childs, and we pray every day for you.
Thank you very much.
For blessing, and you make a special good work, and God bless you, and thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much indeed. Have they arrived yet, or are they still hovering around the, what do you call it?
Armin directed him to go to the hotel now.
So we gotta wait till they arrive in that place.
We're getting a message from Mark Erb here, who said a couple times to please ask Douglas or Sandy to set their GPS to 2013 H Street, Northwest Washington, or it could take them a long time.
I think it's a bit too late. Now Armin is there, they'll never get there.
Well, I don't know.
Round the block again.
Round the block. Oh, you missed it.
They said, yeah, he just texted me. He said, Kesh told us to get a room first. So,
Get the room. Yeah, no problem.
well,
The
the address that Mark gave is that's the university address. There's apparently a group of people waiting.
That's where it need to be. A lot of people are at the university. They got to go to university. Can you tell him he's got to go to university first, not a hotel?
Okay.
Please. No, Armand, you're not going. People are waiting at the square. They got to go where we said, not at the hotel. That's the last place we need. People came all the way to be there.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Tell Armand to go to the square as well, please.
Okay.
Thanks. This is the beauty with the live program, huh? Everything can happen.
Yep.
You see this new plasma has a single wire. They have already adapted the power units in the drawings. You don't see 2 lines. You plug your house into the Magrav system. Flint, if you can tell them to go to the square to gather everybody and then take them to the hotel, that'll be a nice place to be in.
Oh, okay. Gather. How about if Doug just starts doing his thing, setting up, and then someone else goes and collects
No,
it?
no. They're waiting for Douglas there. They're not waiting for anybody else. Send Douglas.
Okay.
That is the problem.
Yeah, okay.
There are a
Okay.
lot of people waiting there. We've seen the pictures.
Okay.
Okay, please. Thanks very much.
So just a meet and greet there and that.
Yeah, and then they all go to a hotel if it's raining, it's of course, and then
Okay.
our people will inform the White House guys, we are there if you want to come and say this is the place.
Okay.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take a few minutes off. I'll come back, please. Carry on.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kesh. Okay. Just checking the messages here. Is there any other questions or comments about the situation in Washington now?
Yeah, we should start to get people to head towards the square. If there's anybody sitting at the university, we should head them towards the square, please.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I mean,
That's different.
no, they're meeting at the university. That's what Kesh just said, right? He said new directives.
No, it's square, at the square. I've already changed.
University.
Can we get Kesh back again? I just told him to go to the university.
Oh, it's either or, because they could just walk from the university as well.
Because that 2183, whatever that address is, that's at the university.
2013 H Street.
Yeah, 2013. Sorry.
I think it was first University Yard, and then after
Yeah.
University Yard, we had to go to the Capitol, the Washington, that park in front of the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
However, we're running 2 hours behind schedule, so we were going to move it along sooner than that.
okay.
So I'm telling Doug to go to the university, correct?
That's what Mr. Kish asked us to do, so we'll go
Yep.
with that, and then it's a short walk to the next destination. So if there's anybody there, they can join Douglas, and everything's set.
So they're not going to convene in front of the White House. Or if
No.
people are there, then we need to get them over to the university.
No, Flint, they're going to walk from the university to the Lafayette Square.
Yeah. So from University Yard to Lafayette Square. And, so first go there, then go to the next one, and we are ready.
Yeah, he just said, though, they can meet and greet at the university there, and then they can go on over to the hotel for the show.
Flint, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. What are the correct
Do you
directives
hear
now?
me? Do you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Again,
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you. I have contact with the people which are waiting for Douglas. I can ask them to move, but they are in the park in the rain. Okay. You want to have a direct connection with those people that they can talk to each other to find each other easier.
okay, so what's the final word now?
Flint, I can send you the link from the person. You can talk directly to him,
Okay.
so that you can that they can find each other easier.
Find
I'll
me.
send it to you. I'll send it to you by Facebook, by Messenger.
Yeah, okay. Now what's the directives now that you want? Have everybody convene at the university and then they're going into the hotel?
Yes, that stays the same. But you can talk to the people which are already there. That makes it maybe easier for them to find each other.
Okay, so they need to. So they're not convening in Lafayette Park in front of the White House then.
I do not know what
Yeah,
was
it's-
agreed has to stay.
It's at the University Yard first, Flint, and
Okay.
then they're going to go hotel setup, and then the Lafayette Square comes at the end with going to White House.
I'm gonna send you the name of the person which is there, which just sent me a video. That's the person who informed me that it's raining, that
Okay.
it started raining. So I just
Okay.
pass it on to you.
Okay, so they're convening at the university, then they're going to go to the Lafayette Square to meet and greet there, and then they're going to the hotel? Where do you want Doug to set up his stuff?
From what I understood from what Mr. Kerr said, it says make sure go to the university first, University Yard, and then go to a hotel to set it up.
Yeah.
And then the last phase is the Lafayette Square and White House. So we'll wait for the last point. So yeah, please go first to the university, then go to the hotel to set it up, and then
everybody's going to come to the hotel to see it.
From the hotel, they'll call the government.
Yeah.
What? Yes.
This is Mark Urban.
Let's just work it out in the background here, guys. So just just work it out in the background.
Okay.
¿Cómo se diría en inglés?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I sent apparently 2 groups. I've sent Flint 2 different posts.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you can find them. The more they're coming up, I will send them to you.
Okay.
Because I can only, if you find their, I asked them to contact you So you see the names and you see the I don't know if they're friends with you, but they're friends with Anke. She can help you out.
Okay, thank you.
Because I'm going to lose network because we have to eat something. Otherwise, we won't find no more food.
Okay, okay. So Mr. Cash wants them to meet at the university and then go set up at the.
The way as it was set up, because I cannot direct because I don't have an overall view. So,
Yeah, I understand that. Just repeat what he said.
Okay, speak to you later.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Kevin Blundell, head of distribution for the foundation. I just wanted to let you know some people asking if there's sound problems. There are not. We're just waiting for final stages here, this final step. Douglas is in Washington, and they're just organizing where they're going to meet and the groups that are there that are meeting together. So just please stand by. It's a very exciting time.
Yes, we're just working in the background here, trying to organize a few things, and see there's a couple of questions and so on. Has anybody got any particular verbal questions? There's a couple, there was 3, I think, viewers that have come in the last few minutes. Anybody with a question or something they wanted to say there?
Thank you very much for all your hard work, guys.
Thank you.
The question was for Kevin, if there's any updates on the Arizona manufacturing facility?
Sure, I can give you that. I did send out an email to the distributors today about that. The Arizona factory does have product now ready to go, pens primarily, and they're working on units for doctors as well. And they've started with the UL certification process, so that's underway. I communicated with Arizona yesterday, and we're now just in the process of doing all the administrative things like organizing shipping, couriers, pricing, distributor pricing and whatnot. So we're very close. And of course, there will be the opportunity to make arrangements for picking up product at the factory as well. So I'll be sending out an email to all of the distributors very shortly with more information, but we're very close now.
Were you able to obtain the CE certifications?
It is not underway yet, unfortunately. We're still waiting on that, but that's just due to the fact that we don't have a manufacturer in Canada yet. And of course, we had some setbacks with the different individuals that were working within the manufacturing. So that's been resolved, and we're back on track. So we're hoping that it's going to happen soon. But the certification process does take 2 to 3 months anyway. But I know for sure it's not underway yet, unfortunately. But a little bit longer than I would have liked to take place. But we are moving ahead, so that's really the most important thing.
What about the payment system? Has that been established?
Again, more delays associated with that. We're waiting. The process is underway. The paperwork has been submitted, if you want to look at that way, to the institutions that control that and will allow that to happen. And we're just there's delays happening. We're just waiting for responses at the other end.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Could you please elaborate on the type of products, especially in the health sector, please?
I'm sorry, could you ask that one more time?
Could you please elaborate on the products which are given in the health sector?
I don't have any specifics at this point, but once I do, I will. I've just been in communication with Arizona, and they've told me that they're working on a product that will be primarily available to doctors. I haven't been given any more specifics on it yet, but as soon as I do have the specifics, of course, I'll make it.
Yes. Can I add to this, please? The foundation has a policy, anything to do with health or any other product, till we do not receive a health certification from a authority, we don't let it to be marketed publicly. So any health system, which even the pens, even the pads, you see they have a CE certification, health certification number 1 or code 1 and code 2, which means the doctors can prescribe. You see that on the back of all the documents, all the pens carry the CE mark. So any of the factories, till it'll take them a few more months, till they don't produce a certification for the materials, it cannot be done. We discourage them and we block them in so many ways to market such a thing.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It tells me that he's already arrived. Stanley or somebody in the background can tell us if Douglas has arrived.
Yes, Douglas should be at the square. People are to make their way to the Lafayette Square from wherever they are at this point. They should meet Armin and Doug there at the very least, and Brett should be there as well.
Okay, can we see their camera if they're there?
I don't think they have that set up as of yet.
Those of you who received the PDF files to all the lead communication system of the Keshe Foundation, please do not release anything till you receive clear indication from Armin and me that you can release it. Then the blueprint at that time. We are waiting for Douglas to show the unit working first. This is the criteria. We wait till Douglas set up his system. He can show the working. All the ones who are present can see it. They can touch it, feel it. That there is no game around it. And then at that point, while we're live, we release it. Can we go to Douglas? Do we have access to him?
They're setting up Mr. Keshe, so there'll be just a couple of minutes, I think.
I have a message for you, Mr. Keshe, from the live stream.
Yeah.
From Mehdi Ali Khan. It says, Rick, please forward my message to Mr. Keshe that I congratulate him for the big day today, and that I am his very old friend from Riaja, blind girl. Just convey this, please.
I don't know what it means.
A blind girl? I don't, from Riaja? Raja.
Where from?
A very old friend, a blind girl from Raja. Mehdi Ali Khan.
Don't know. Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, that's the message anyway. I'm not sure if she can fill in the detail that you might remember, but that's thought that might.
This could be the blind girl in which went blind on flight. We have, maybe that's the one. She must be in her mid-late 20s by now.
We'll wait and see if there's a comment back about that.
Good evening, Mr. Keshe. It's Kamil speaking. I have a question.
Who's speaking?
Kamil, and I'm actually in Austria.
Yes.
And I have a question concerning asthma, which has been also, the father had also an asthma already. And is there a possibility to inhalate some CO2, and would that be affected in a positive way?
Asthma, Caroline is an expert in this. Is emotional, it's psychosomatic. It shows itself in breathing, because lung is part of the whole structure of feeding the emotion. You maybe can use like a pipe of CO2, which not CO2, zinc oxide with CO2, that it brings satisfaction to the emotion and says asthma is emotional problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you have to strengthen the emotion, which you use as zinc oxide with CO2. You can do what by drinking the GANS liquid plasma, and what do you call it? Breathing it. And you need to do that, and then you'll find out. But you have to find out what's the cause of it. Has a cause. Asthma has a cause, has a reason.
Mm-hmm. So as the father had already asthma, that might be.
Doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Therefore, the son can have asthma because of something else, and the father has it because of something else. Okay. It's not inherited. Mm-hmm. It is not. This is our research shows, and it's very, very effective immediately.
Okay, and inhalating, it means like a tube with. Or
yeah, you make a tube, and you like, let's say you make a straw, and around the straw you make a tube with CO2 and zinc oxide in it. Okay. And then the air you breathe carries. I've done this a lot of time. It's very, very effective, but you have to find out the source of the problem.
It will show up then with the time. By
Maybe, maybe not, but usually how what we've seen. Caroline has done a lot of work on this, and she's written a paper called My Pillow, My Life, because it goes through a different system of breathing, but you discuss your problem, and then they tell you what the problem is.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We're just waiting. I'm gonna be offline for about 10 minutes. I'll join you back in. If they arrive, let me know. I try to carry my mobile with me.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Sandor?
Stanley, yeah?
Sandor?
No, Stanley.
Hi, Stanley. Okay, just give me 10 or 15 minutes. I'll be back by the time they get there.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome.